How did the Spanish govern such a large empire? Well, at the top was El Rey, the king, in Madrid, Spain. He needed help in the various parts of the empire, so he designated viceroys. Tejas is part of the Viceroyalty of New Spain, with headquarters in Mexico City. This domain is further divided into provinces led by governors. The most remote of these provinces was clear across the Pacific Ocean. Spain conquered the Philippines in the 1570s and added it to the Viceroyalty of New Spain. Tejas was closer. It had a governor headquartered in Bear, about 900 miles of rough overland traveling from Mexico City. Government officials rarely traveled that far. When officials did come, their visits usually resulted in unwanted disruptions and questionable decisions. From 1724 to 1728, Brigadier General Pedro de Rivera y Villallon inspected the northern frontera and suggested changes. Some of the widely scattered missions and presidios needed to be closed or relocated. Once again, priests closed the struggling missions among the Caddos and relocated their efforts to the vicinity of Bear. Missions San Juan, Espada, and Concepcion eventually joined Valero and San Jose. After 40 years of trying, the Spanish abandoned their efforts among the Caddos, except for one outpost. The Spanish inspectors also recommended the capital of Tejas move to Los Ideas. From 1729 and for the next 40 years, the seat of government for Tejas would remain located in this faraway pine tree citadel just a few miles from the French trading post of Saint-Jean-Baptiste in Natchitoches, but 300 miles from Bear. Meanwhile, several hundred settlers from the Canary Islands arrived in Bear, and in 1731 created the first town in Tejas, naming it San Fernando de Bear. For most, the village became known simply as Bear. Inconsistency and confusion were common in New Spain. The government of New Spain was very inefficient. Overlapping jurisdictions among various offices, competition with the church for authority, and a suspicious population made getting things done difficult. The concept of obedezco pero no cumplo, I obey but I do not comply, I agree with you, I'm just not going to do it, became common. For many people north of the Rio Grande, following the confusing tangle of laws proved challenging. The settlers of El Norte looked to their own families, traditions, and connections to live their lives. There were other issues. Trade was strictly regulated. Little wealth or trade flowed into remote regions like Tejas. It was hard to get things people wanted or needed legally. New Orleans in Louisiana, founded the same year as San Antonio de Bear, became an important port for bringing trade goods into Tejas, even if trading with the French was forbidden. The trading post in Natchitoches flourished. The Spanish in Los Ideas depended upon French goods to survive, even though it was technically against the law. The Spanish government was just another intruder to the people of La Frontera.